Don't get finessed out of your bag. Don't let these women finesse y'all out of y'all bag. I showed y'all yesterday on Instagram of all of the people when I was telling the dude that he needed to cut his hair and he came through. He's literally still sending me emails today saying, thank you. My life has already completely changed in less than a week. The population and the demographic of people that is advocating for your own demise and does not have your best interest at heart. Don't do it. Don't fall victim to it. Don't get trapped into it. Don't let them sell you on it. Do not become a baby father. Do not continue to run in the victim Olympics. Don't put yourself under the guillotine. Don't find yourself under the thumb of the people that want to take you out and take your stuff and get half of what it is that you own. You are absolutely, positively better than your circumstance and the environment by what you put yourself in. For too long, the biggest thing that we need to be held accountable for is the fact that we keep getting finessed, keep getting convinced, keep being connived into the whole idea that somehow, some way you need to be a white knight for the darkest of attitudes, the worst of the people, and the ones that absolutely positively would put your head on a spike and then prance around with it and laugh at it and then go back to the man that she was fucking in the first place. Y'all want to be absolutely real? I got you, Carrie. I'm going to read that shortly. Y'all want me to be absolutely real and transparent with y'all? Half of y'all in relationships don't even know that she fucking somebody else probably right now. If you had a Ring camera inside of your crib, if you could put a camera inside, and I'm not telling y'all what to do, if you could hear her conversations, if you knew that what she was doing to the dude on her lunch break, you would fucking throw your whole life away, bro. You would probably crash out. It's probably better that you don't even know because you probably would crash the fuck out. A lot of these women that you in relationships with, you just never caught her. You never caught her. You never caught her, dog. You don't even realize that you already under the thumb. You under the 8 ball. Y'all remember that movie named Casino? It was a movie named Casino, and Ginger had got with Ace, but Lester, who was her boyfriend, was still pimping her out. And on their wedding day, Lester told Ginger, just take him for all that he got. Take him for all that he got. The only thing that I can hold you accountable for is being ignorant and not knowing based off of the woman that you chose to marry because you married with your eyes instead of marrying with your brain. You married with your eyes instead of marrying with your brain. Your inability to be able to see what it was that was ahead of you that was going to absolutely ruin your life. You have no clue what you're getting yourself into. No clue of what's facing you on the other end of that divorce court proceeding. And they want you. Think about it for a minute. Put it in perspective. She had a man. Y'all want me to give y'all the real? I know it's the Millionaire Morning Show. I really don't break it down to the point that I'm about to break it down. But I'm going to break it down all the way to the ground this time. She had a man. And do you know what that man did to her? Everything. Every single crack, crevice, hole. He sweated on her. He bust her down. He bust on her. She ate it. He spit in her mouth. He absolutely did everything that he can do to her. And then he planted a seed in her. And then when that seed grew to a certain size, the doctor extracted it from her. Sometimes the seed don't even want to come all the way out. And so they have to cut her open like aliens in order to get the seed out of her. And then that seed grew. It looked like him. It had his DNA. The nose, the mouth, the ears, the way his hair grow, the way he walk around. He keep going in the fucking refrigerator eating all of the goddamn food that you go and trade your life and your time in for. And the expectation now is that that woman who she did everything to, I mean, yo, it was no limit to the amount of things that she opened herself up to. I mean, he did everything that you can possibly imagine. I mean, stuff that you haven't even thought of yet. And then he planted a seed in her. Now, after he planted a seed in her, somebody else came along and he did the same thing, except he did it worse. He did more to her. She told him, I love you. I will let you do anything to me. Anything you want, I will do. She turned over. Then she turned back over and she laid on her back and she put her legs up like she was about to have a baby. And he crawled in between her legs and he grinded on her. He put every single thing that he had into her. He hurt her. He broke her. He broke everything in her. When she went to work the next day, she was sore, but she didn't have any more PTO days. And so she limped into work. It was in her. Even when she went and took a bath, she didn't even take a bath. She took a shower, but it was still up in her. It was still up in her. It was still in her. It's still in her. When she went to work the next day, it was still in her. It's still things that was in her that's from him, that's inside of her, because it's no way that she was going to be able to get all of it out. And then he planted another seed in her. And she's walking around with different seeds in her. And then you take a couple cherries and you put that on top of it. You know what the cherries are? It's student loan debt, inability to cook, not peaceful, not agreeable. And then you came along and you was her knight in shining armor. And she had no other options. She said, you know what? He didn't treat me right. Him downstairs. Him was mean to me. And you said, well, why do y'all break up? Why did your last relationship end? And she said, he was abusive mentally and we just grew apart. And I should have said something, but I didn't. And so you came along and you said, I'd be that baby pappy. I'd be that baby's pappy. And you're not even half the man that he was as far as what she gave him, because she gave him the best of her. All of her innocence died with the person that she was with. All of her virtue out the window. And you know what she told you? That she's a born again virgin. As though we can put that genie back in the bottle. Okay, cool. You went for it. And because she put on this mask that she never took off, because she never showed you how nasty she really was, if you knew, then you probably wouldn't have ever went down that path in the first place. But you did it anyway. Cool. And you said that you were going to do the right thing, the godly thing, the saving the community. And so you became that baby's pappy. You became that baby's pappy. I'm breaking it down to you based off of the reality. I'm not going to give you any shortcuts. I'm not going to give you any outs. I'm going to tell you the absolute positive truth of what it is that you're facing in this society today. And you adopted the kid too. You made him yours, gave him your last name. But you know what the interesting thing about that is? He's never going to be your son. He's never going to be your child. He never is going to have any of your DNA. If they trace his lineage back, it's not going to be back to you. It's going to be back to whoever it was that she gave her innocence and her virtue to in the first place. And that is the reality. And you're supposed to take ownership and accountability as a good man that went to school, took care of your business, made the right decisions, never got caught up in any mess, never got arrested, never did anything that was wrong. You're supposed to go and save the community after she did whatever it is that she wanted to do with who she wanted to do it with. Didn't have to take accountability and responsibility because Umar Johnson told you that it was your fault that you didn't go in, even though you made the right decisions to go in and fix the fucking community and marry a woman that never was supposed to be for you in the first place. That's your reality. This is what they're trying to convince you to do, and I won't let it happen. I will not let you go down this pathway into destruction. I will not let you become the sacrifice, the martyr for the community that don't give anything about you. But she deserved a good man, right? Only thing we trying to figure out, the same thing that we figuring out with the passport bros, is are you the sucker that's going to get left holding the bag when everybody else is laughing at you and pointing at you and saying, but I already done did it. I already done had her. And they singing a Ray J song, I hit it first. It's up to you. It's up to you. You want to go down this dark hole, or you want to have a reality check and you want to get the real game of how it is that we can really fix the community, because you can't save these little assholes out here. Park your car long enough, they're gonna put your shit on bricks and they're gonna strip it. I'm in Detroit right now. I have an office in Detroit. I know what these dudes is trying to do. I gotta check the security cameras every single time I leave out the door. And I'm in a great area. You know why? Because they look at me as food. They don't look at me as a mentor. I told y'all what the solution was a long time ago. Fuck them kids and fuck that woman, throw the baby out with the bathwater, and start all over. I'm no better than God. I'm no better than God. I'm no better than God. When the whole earth was wicked, he found one man and his family in order to continue to build the ark and just start all over. He wiped all of the motherfuckers out. He didn't go back and tell Noah, hey, you need to go out there and save these people. He said that these people are wicked and there are no fixing them because they turn to the thing that's not best for them and they need to be held accountable, and we just going to start all the way the fuck over. Even when it comes to the New Testament, even when it comes to the way in which we live our lives today, because you can say Jesus, he sacrificed himself for people to have the opportunity, keyword opportunity, to be saved. But it's all an if-then statement, meaning that it's on condition. Everybody not going. Everybody is not going. The lake of fire enlargeth itself, and the path is narrow. But the way to hell is wide. Go over there and try to save them demons if you want to.